You see, it does just mean more in the state of Arkansas. What makes 7A football so special, so much more different than, other places throughout the state? Is it any different heading into 2021? It's the On the Hill Media Day 7A West Special. And welcome back to the On the Hill Media 7A West Media Day Special, and I'm on the campus of Fayetteville High School as I'm joined by head Fayetteville Bulldog Coach Casey Dick. Casey, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you guys having me, Pat. It's always a pleasure to be here and speak with you guys. Obviously, when we're getting close to football season, we get to have some conversations, talk about our guys, talk about our team, and kind of how we'll be this year.
2021, fresh start, but let's go back to that unfortunate moment, here on the home field against Central. How much motivation, Casey, has this team taken into the 2021 season?
I think this is probably the biggest, the most tight-knit team we've had since I've been here as far as team chemistry. And along with it, they've come with leadership. Has been awesome to watch them grow, awesome to watch them develop, and just kind of mentor each other this year. It's truly been a team of that this will be, kind of their team. We're here to run the daily operations, but it's just been awesome to watch them grow, take ownership of things, and really develop in the offseason and be consistent.
Talk about your seniors. I mean, these guys have been with you since year one. Talk about that group and how special that group will be going forward for the program.
There's a big-time relationship that's built with them. Obviously that takes a little bit of time to establish. And those guys are really invested, not only in us, but in each other, which is the way that we want it. They're really invested in that locker room. They come a long way. So, when you have guys that are really invested in each other, you like the effect that can have on your team every day you step out there.
Looking at this football team offensively, senior quarterback Bladen Fikeme, what have you seen in Bladen? I mean, he got to start late in last season, but what has Bladen shown you in the offseason that you feel good about here in the fall camp?
The biggest thing for him that we talked about in our offseason meetings was just overall consistency. Every time that you step out on the field was something that we wanted him to improve on, and he's done that, as well as have those other guys out there that he stepped out there with. So that's probably the biggest thing is from start to finish. Whenever we start a competition or whatever it is, we want to be consistent throughout the whole thing, and not be like a roller coaster. And they've all done a great job. As far as taking ownership in that and really developing and really grasping a hold of what we need them to do.
Coach, we've always talked about Fayetteville. When you mentioned Fayetteville, Bentonville, you two programs are kind of the elite programs in this conference. Coming in as a head coach, your third year, what type of pressure do you think, being the head coach here, you might feel being one of those elite programs?
You have the kids that are really great, like we have, both on and off the field, and obviously and that's backed by a great, administration. So, whether it's pressure, it's just it's just those expectations. So we want to come out and obviously support the town and support the community and the school district and everybody as well as we can. And that's our job every Friday night that we step out on the field.
Trying to find a running back this year. You lose Ingram, a 2-year starter at that position. Who will be some of those guys that fans, when they come to Harmon Field or follow you guys throughout the year, they'll get a chance to keep an eye on?
It'll be kind of running back by committee right now until we kind of find that guy that fits that niche that we're looking for. There's guys, Earl Espino, there's Christian Setzer, there's Bo Nolan, there's J.J. Harjo, there's Omar Murray. So, right now, there's Jalen Morris. There's those guys in there that are really trying to fine tune what we're asking them to do and really, take it by the horns and really figure it out. So right now it'll kind of be a committee from those 4 or 5 guys when we get here.
Most of your seniors, and really I think the strength of this football team will be at the receiver spot. Talk about that group and just what a luxury it is to have so much experience coming back at that position when really in this conference, it's, to me, going to be the year of the wide receivers.
You look back at the amount of experience that they've had, and that's something that's been very positive for us and put them in a place, this year to where they can, pretty much they can just play football because they've played so much, as sophomores, as juniors, and obviously you get a full summer and everything that we got this year that really helped them kind of blossom into, that core group, and they're a talented bunch when you go all the way across the board. The guys take a lot of snaps, got a lot of experience, been in a lot of different situations. So we're glad and lucky both to have everybody that we got.
How will the offensive line be this year? You lost a lot of experience at that spot. Several guys went on to play at the next level. I mean, where are the Bulldogs heading in the?
Yeah, we lost some, but we also there were some young guys that got to play for us last year as a result of the season that we had, and then there's essentially three returning starters up there. That'll be led by Davis and Bandy, and then Colin Rayford, and then Coach Davenport do a good job developing and making sure those two interior guys are ready to roll, and they've done a good job so far this summer.
You bring in a new offensive coordinator, Jay Wilkerson, formerly at Broken Arrow. Talk about Coach Wilkerson's style and what will the Fayetteville offense be about in year 2021?
It's kind of multiple. You'll see, because of the guys that we got, where they can move around and do some different things, stretch the field from sideline to sideline, vertically and horizontally. But he just does a great job and has a great feel for coming into it, every game in a situation that we have. It puts things together that puts our guys in a positive situation, just lets them go succeed.
Coach Chick has quite a bit of experience on that side of the ball. Braylon Palmer, Caden Turner, and those guys. Talk about defensively. What will be the brand heading into year 3?
Fast and physical. That's something we preach to them every single time that they get out there. Is we want to be fast, but we also want to be the most physical team. And I think that's things that sometimes teams just say, but that's one thing we've really harped and preached on, all the way through the summer, whether it's, it is a team camp or 7-on-7 or whatever it is. That's just kind of the mentality that we want to have. Speak
on Caden and Braylon. I mean, when you have two seniors that's played and started since they were sophomores, as they have for you, Casey, I mean, how special is that? And how much will you lean on that side of the ball, which seems there are going to be a couple new starters heading into 2021?
Tremendously. And I think when you look at the entire back end, with the amount of snaps that all those guys played last year, returning guys all the way across the board, and the guy that used to play quarterback that went to play safety, he brings that perspective. Then you got Braylon, and then obviously you have the kind of the staple and the glue right there with Caden. It's just leadership all across the board, and it really shows in that group when they approach practice and the way how they practice, and then overall the mentality that they carry with themselves every single day. So that's a group that's really, really, really tight knit. We like I said, we have a really tight knit group of seniors, and then that group over there on defense is super tight. And our coach has done a great job as far as developing that chemistry, developing that mentality within those guys for sure.
Special teams wise, I mean, the return game, the kicking game, I mean, how's that shaping up? Will it be, experience, or are those going to be some of the guys that we hadn't seen on Friday?
It'll be experience, just by the guys we have coming back by nature. And then there's also some young guys that we have that are going to make a name for themselves on special teams, and as there should be. Those guys get in there, get an opportunity to get their feet wet and get the opportunity to go play. But then there's a lot of guys, that played, like I said, last year as juniors that, know the rule, know the expectations and everything that needs to happen, and they're doing a good job of setting the tone for that early.
Coach, what makes 7A West football so much more different? I mean, you played collegiately in the SEC, and most people around the state consider 7A West football to be of that nature. I mean, in your time being a head coach in this league, what do you find that's so different from anywhere else in the state?
It's the quality of the kids and the coaches. You look around at the coaches that have all the way throughout the district and the kids that they have. I think every program up here does a really great job as far as running their program, with the type of kids or the kids that they have specifically at their schools and where they're at, and, putting a good product out there week in and week out.
Friday night, if someone gets a chance to come out to Harmon Field, I mean, give them a reason why they should come out and watch 7A West football, Fayetteville Bulldog style.
I mean, honestly, just from the kids that we have coming back, there'll be a very, again, experienced group that will step foot out on the field on Friday night, and we're going to do some different things. Be attacking on both sides of the ball, whether that's defense or offensively, and obviously on special teams, put some new wrinkles and do some things in there. But just an overall well-experienced group that's got a lot of playmakers on both sides of the ball, and it should be just an awesome environment for everybody to come out and watch.
Well, Casey, I want to thank you for taking time out to talk a little Fayetteville football. We'll be back. We got much, much more to talk. Offense, defense. It's the Purple Pride today. It's the On the Hill Media Day 7A special. Back in a minute.
Lindsay & Associates started in 1973. This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
Hey, And welcome back to our On the Hill Media Day 7A special. And I'm on the campus of Fayetteville High School talking Purple Dogs. I'm joined by offensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, Jay Wilkerson. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
First year here at Fayetteville, Jay. You come over from a very successful program in Broken Arrow. I mean, why the move now to Fayetteville?
Well, I just, when Coach Dick reached out to me, I mean, it seemed like a good time. I mean, I think with the nucleus coming back and the opportunity, just excited to come over here and see what Arkansas football is all about and hop in the 7A West.
You've had a couple of dealings in your career with some of the 7A West coaches. From those experiences, what have you gathered from this conference now that you're going to be in each and every Friday night?
Yeah, you're going to have to come ready to go. The film that I've seen and the teams that I've played against, I mean, they're going to be very prepared. They're going to have their kids ready to go on Friday night. And so, it's going to be a challenge every week. I mean, there aren't any gimmies on the schedule. And so just that's the exciting part as far as being a coach, that you're going to have to work your tail off every week, get your kids ready to go play each and every week. And so that's kind of what it's all about.
First, initial couple of practices, you had a chance to go through spring and now here fall camp. I mean, what can you assess about this Fayetteville offense, and what will be kind of like the go-to when you talk Fayetteville football offensively?
Well, hopefully our passing game. I think we've got a great group of wide receivers and a quarterback that is now a veteran quarterback. And so I think if we can kind of get in and out of the right things and get the ball to our guys in space, I think we should be tough to deal with. But, we're going to have to focus on, spreading the ball around to different guys and not just focusing on one or two. But I think we've got 4 or 5 that possibly potentially might play at the next level. And so that's exciting. And so that's going to be our focus, is making sure that we're able to spread the ball around and get the ball in our guys' hands and hopefully they can score a bunch of touchdowns.
Talk about Isaiah Satania, senior wide receiver, guys already committed to Oregon.
Yes,
Coach,
sir.
what is it that you see in Satania? Because you've had the pleasure of coaching several D1 wide receivers. Talk about Isaiah from your initial couple of practices.
I think the biggest thing, once Isaiah got healthy, is just his initial burst off the line of scrimmage. I've coached a lot of guys, like you said, that have been Division I guys that, might have had that top end speed, but that first, 5 yards, that first 3 steps, I mean, he's amazing, off of the line of scrimmage. And so it just puts a lot of pressure on a defensive back, when you're facing a kid that has that skill set and is that fast, but also can operate that quickly in a small amount of time. It puts a lot of stress on a defense.
By the way, Cattell, Blackburn, the list could go on and on. Talk about some of those guys. You guys have a lot of stuff.
Jalen has moved outside. Blackburn has moved outside and has really embraced that role. And so he kind of plays opposite of Isaiah quite a bit. And so it kind of gives us a 1-2 punch on the outside. Jalen 5 or 6 catches. And then, Dylan inside is kind of that typical slot receiver, the Wes Welkers of the world that go in there and again catch, do a lot of routes over the middle, catch the ball and in tight windows and stuff like that. And then Hayes Robinson has transitioned from outside to inside. Him and Jalen kind of switch spots, and so Hayes has done a nice job at the inside receiver and played the inside of trips and has a little bit more height than Dylan, and so has a little bit.
I know, not only do you like to run basketball, coach, you also like to, mix in that running game.
Yes, sir.
Maybe some of the guys that you feel right now, got a lot of confidence. How to get them.
Back there. We've got Christian Seltzer back there. We have a few other guys that we're kind of, working into the mix that we're, seeing kind of where they're at. And right now, nobody's really separated themselves, so it's kind of a by committee approach. And we're hoping by the time we get to that first ball game, we kind of have one guy that we're kind of ready to hang our hat on back there.
Quarterback spot, you mentioned Bladen, the senior. Who behind Bladen, if there was an incident where fight goes down, who's that guy next up?
Drake Lindsay has done a really good job in the spring and throughout the summer. He's a little bit taller kid, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get pushed into action. We can keep Bladen upright and healthy, but Drake will be ready to go. He's been stacking really good practices here in the later part of the summer and been getting some really quality reps with some of our one reps and 2 reps, and so we'll have a lot of confidence by the time the season gets here. If he were to have to go in, that he could run the offense as well.
You feel good about the skill positions, but if there's one question mark, I mean, offensive line, there's going to be a couple of new faces. You have Davis, a guy that has some playing time, Bandy. But we're going to be some of those other guys at 5 when we get to, that last week, August 27th, that we'll take that first snap.
And it's kind of like the running back job. We're still working through some of those things. I mean, there's a 4 or 5 way battle in there for the guard spots, and so we feel really good about our tackles and our center. But we've got about, like I said, 4 or 5 guys in there at that guard, and it's just kind of every day is a new competition. And like I said, hopefully by the time, same as the running back job, by the time we get to that first game, we've kind of solidified that spot.
I mean, for the last question, and one, thank you for taking time out on the Media Day special. And for those that will get a chance maybe to come out to Harmon Playfield and see a little Fayetteville offense, what would be that message to those people?
Well, I think we'll play an exciting brand of football on the offense side of the ball. I think we're gonna operate at a pretty quick pace, and I think we've got a lot of guys that anytime we get the ball in their hand, they got a chance to score. So I think everybody's going to be holding their breath about every snap, and hopefully we put a lot of balls in the end zone, and people are up out of their seats cheering for the Purple Dogs.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking time out. Hey, we got much more Purple Dog talk coming up. It's the 7A on the Hill Media Day special. Back in a second.
Hello, Northwest Arkansas. I'm Darren Storms with Storms Orthodontics. Here at Storms Orthodontics, we see patients of all ages. We treat patients with traditional braces, Invisalign. We are proud to sponsor a lot of local sports teams: football, baseball, basketball, dance, soccer. Wish you guys a great year, happy, healthy season. And we have locations in Fayetteville, Springdale, and Siloam Springs, and we'd love to take care of your kids. Thank you very much.
And welcome back to the On the Hill Media 7A West Media Day special, and I'm on the campus of Fayetteville High School now, still talking Purple Dogs, and I'm joined by Senior Free Safety Braylon Palmer. BP, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Senior year, Braylon. When I say that, what comes to mind to you about your final goal in the 7A West?
Just to win state, Pat. I mean, it's a dream at this point. I mean, we've been working so hard these past couple of years, putting this plan together with Casey and Coach Dick and all these guys. I mean, it's special now. We're a strong bond now.
Braylon, I mean, you played a lot of football for the Purple Dogs. I mean, started since your sophomore year. I mean, through all that mileage, I mean, what have you learned that you really can, take and help this football team your senior year?
I definitely would say experience.
I mean, when you mention Fayetteville, the most teams in the conference, you guys come in with a bullseye each and every Friday night. Growing up in this town, I mean, how do you guys handle it? Is that something that you guys are going to use as motivation this year?
Yes, sir. Of course. Always target on our backs, and we love it. We love it. We got to show out, and we get to, just tell the folks that we're here. I mean, it's just a great atmosphere to be in, and I just love every moment. Senior
leadership, quite a few seniors will be taking the field each and every Friday night. Talk about that part of, the 2021 season.
Yes,
that's going to be that you guys are leading the right way.
It is. It's a very big deal. And shout out to Coach Davis, because he's putting together our leadership team right now, and there's a big group of seniors that want to create change and leave an impact and leave a legacy for our seniors this year. I think it's going to be very great. I think it's going to use let me say that. I think it's really going to help us in this coming season, how strong and how loving we are for each other.
Talk about some of those guys on that side of the ball. I mean, Gaten Turner's a guy that, you guys spend a lot of time on Friday nights together. I mean, McComb, I mean, that group of guys, I mean, speak a little bit about it.
I mean, Gaten, he's my eyes and ears in the box right there. I mean, he tells me what it is. He said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I listen to him, I hear him out. Owen's my guy too. He's my right leg, and I got my left leg. He got me. And then my 2 corners, I mean, Jackson and Ryan, I mean, those are my boys. They're going to handle it down. And so is my line with JJ and with Will. They know what to do. It's all sound. We're all just together.
Several months ago, back on this same very field, I mean, you guys had, one of those losses that you kind of hate as a football team. I mean, how much has that day you guys have used that as motivation for this upcoming season of 2021?
Personally, I think about it every day. That game is not a reflection of who we are as a team, and I know that we're way better than that. So this year, I hope we can make a statement and say we're much better than what we were last year.
Favorite or most memorable game right now, Braylon, that you've played in the 7A West that, to date? Now, I know we got this upcoming year, but which one sticks out?
It has to be last year when Springdale. I mean, that game was life-changing for me. I mean, the 2 touchdowns, the fumble recovery touch, the pick. I mean, it was so surreal. It was crazy. I love that game.
What makes 7A football so special, so much more different than, you know, other places throughout the state?
I think it's just the rivalry, and I think it's just the competition, the way we compete with one another. And it's not like it's just like a little rivalry. It's serious sometimes, you know? And it's kind of like city on city. So I kind of like, you got to represent your city and kind of, you know, show who's the best type
Right.
deal. So I love it.
Now, Braylon, we're going to have a little fun. I mean, you and I riding around the field.
Yes, sir.
First 5 artists on the Braylon Palmer playlist. Who are they?
Man, let's see here. I got to go with my boy Travis, obviously. Lil Baby for sure. He's hot. He's hot, man. Nobody's stopping him. You got Drake, because Drake never miss. I got my boy Uzi. I always turn up to Uzi. And then I'm gonna go 21 because he's just a savage. So I just like that. I like that mentality.
I'm feeling you. Last question, BP. For those that might get a chance to come out here to Harmon Field and check out the 2021 version of the Fayetteville Bulldogs, what would be your message to those fans that might want to come out and watch a little bit?
Show out. Please come. I mean, this is a big year for us, Fayetteville Bulldogs. We won't let you guys down this year. I mean, we got a chip on the shoulder, guys. So just know we're gonna come and compete. Just come and support us. Oh yes.
Well, BP, thanks for taking time out on the Media Day special. Hey, much more Bulldogs to talk about on the Hill Media Day 7A West special. We'll be back.
This is our 48th year in real estate in Northwest Arkansas. We have 2 locations, one in Fayetteville and one in Rogers. And we are here to serve the people of our community. And as my dad always said, at Lindsay & Associates, we bring great neighbors together.
And welcome back to our On the Hill Media Day 7A special. And I'm still on the campus of Fayetteville High School talking with senior linebacker, KT Turner. KT.
Well, thank you.
We just had on your friend and brother, Braylon Palmer. Talk about Braylon. You and Braylon have played a lot of football, as I've said, since you guys were sophomores, the 2 most experienced on that side of the ball. I mean, do you and him have conversations about, you know, this is what we have to do, or is it just the chemistry so tight? You know what he's going to do, he knows what you're going to do.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember we had a conversation last year where I was like, listen, bro, like this is our defense. Like we got to take charge. We can't let some bull crap fly. You know, like we gotta put them on our back and we gotta coach them up, be leaders like we should do. I think the biggest thing after that game was our coaches kind of had like a conversation with us, like what do you guys think the problem is? Like, why didn't you think we had a successful season? I just told them that like we didn't play with that chip on our shoulder. I feel like we kind of played like we were entitled almost because we're like Fayetteville, you know. So I said we need to play like with some more dog and like really just play with that chip on our shoulder.
You grew up watching this program, several state championships, and you know when you talk about Bentonville and Fayetteville, you 2 programs are the elite. I mean, how do you handle being that program that each and every Friday night? I mean, you got a big bullseye on your chest.
Oh, for sure. You always have that bullseye on you. I think it's a great feeling knowing that everyone's coming for your neck. You just get to prove yourself night in and night out every single time you step on the field.
Who'll be, you know, what are people going to say about the 2021 Fayetteville Bulldogs defensively? I mean, when they come out and see you guys.
Oh, they're going to say that we have a lot of discipline, we have a lot of grit. We're never gonna give up. You know, it could be 3rd down, we're going to give you the same as we did on 1st down. It could be the 4th quarter, we're going to give you the same that we had in the 1st quarter. So,
most memorable moment, Kate, to this point, heading into that final year of high school football, 7A West style, that you can remember your first 2 years of high school football?
Man, probably. There's been a lot of big plays, but probably for me, it'd just be my first sack as a sophomore, you know, coming out here. It was like right here on the 40, probably 35 right here, or 45 right here. It was a big play, and it meant a lot to me, you know, getting that first sack, starting against Rogers. So,
what's the uniqueness about, you know, playing here at Fayetteville High?
I mean, it's a big deal, you know. It's my mom graduated from an alumni, so it's just really cool knowing that I'm like one of the top elite schools in the state of Arkansas, and I just get to, like you said, I get to prove myself night in and night out. So
let's have a little fun. I asked Braylon, you know, his 5 artists. You and I riding around the Ville, KT. First 5 on the playlist.
First spot, you know, Drake for sure. Drake gotta be on there. I listen to a lot of Moneybagg. Probably some Lil Uzi. I don't know. Rod Wave. I don't know who the 5th will be though. That's just kind of dependent on the day.
Right. Last question and message for those fans that might want to come out on Friday night, don't have anything to do. They might want to come out and watch a little 7A West football at Harmon Field. I mean, what's that message you want to tell them, K9?
We're going to give you a lot of great fun to watch. You know, we're going to come out here. And it's not going to be a dead game. Like the student section is going to be live. It's going to be live on the sidelines. We're going to be making plays on the field. Just know when you come out, it's going to be a great time. The atmosphere is going to be great.
Yes, sir. Special. Good luck in 2021. I look forward to seeing what you do.
Yes, sir.
And welcome back to our On the Hill Media Day 7A special. And I'm joined now on the campus of Fayetteville High School talking Purple Dogs with senior athlete Tariq Scott. Tariq, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me, Pat. I'm glad to be here.
Tariq, your senior year, man, what comes to mind when I say that? I mean, this is the final year that you'll get a chance to play Friday night in your hometown.
It makes me nervous, man. It's like leaving all my friends, going to college like next year. It's hard. It's hard leaving all my friends, my family, my coaches, my school, the place I love to play at. Like, I love the fans. They just cheering for everybody. Just so much love around the air. So I'm gonna miss it a lot.
Couple of plays, highlight plays, special teams, one the north side. I mean, when you're able to put on opposing teams, Tariq, and get your team on, I mean, how big is that you get to play that role?
Oh, it gets my blood pumping, makes me happy. So, I just love having fun doing what I do. Love playing football with everybody on my back, just screaming, yelling, just.
You know, a few coaches, you'll be playing both sides of the football for this team. How excited to be able to do it offensively and because you have some wide receiver in your background as well here at Fayetteville.
It's my first year learning DB, and I like it a lot. It's been quite an experience for me. I've been learning a lot of new stuff. On offense, we have really good receivers, so I want to guard them in practice. It's going to be so much fun guarding a 4-star wide receiver. We got Jalen, we got Kay, so many like sophomores that are real good at receiver position. And our DBs, it's like I love going against them every day, just competing every day.
Throughout this facility, I mean, what's it like playing here each and every Friday night? Teams, you know, I mean, they circle you guys. I mean, it's a big bullseye on your chest. How much pressure is that, being in that uniform when you step on that football field?
It is a lot of pressure, but, you know, I got my family, my friends here to support me. They got my back, so you just got to learn to buckle down under pressure when it really counts. You got to buck up. You got to stay mentally prepared for everything that's coming forward. So,
what makes 7A West football so much more different than throughout the state and any other places, in your opinion?
Oh, it's so much more live. It's so much more live. So many fans. Our energy just is so much more different than any other conference. It's just.
Your plays stick out to you in your high school career to this point, heading into your senior year? I mean, they will never forget.
I will never forget that north side hit. Never forget it. My shoulder was messed up. I was sitting here like this. I was like, oh man. But no, when I got to the sideline, we just figured it out. I will never forget the post ball Bladen missed me on. But he is a really good QB. He got it buckled down now. He's gonna hit every target. You know how he is.
Now let's have a little fun. I've asked your brothers, same thing, riding around the Ville. First 5 artists on the Scott plate. Give them to me.
Number 1, gotta be Lil Baby. Number 2, Polo G. 3, Rod Wave. 4, Young Boy. And my 5, it depends on what kind of day I'm feeling. It might be like Pop Smoke. It might be,
I'm not.
You just
It's
got a lot of options.
Yeah. I
Well,
listen to a
last
lot of
message, Tariq, look in that camera and tell people why they should come out, and if they get a chance to watch some high school football on Friday night, why Harmon Field would be a good place to come and check it out.
It is so fun. You will love the experience. Everybody has different energy when you come see them. It's just so much love around the air. Everybody can come out and just participate in our family, see the stands. Everybody would love for y'all to be here to support our Fayetteville Bulldogs.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, we Fayetteville Bulldogs, but we got a whole bunch more. We don't stop. We got to hop in and head to another spot. It's On the Hill Media Day 7A West Special. See you guys in a sec.
Good afternoon from Fayetteville, Arkansas. This is John David Lindsay with Lindsay & Associates Real Estate, and we would like to wish the Fayetteville Bulldogs a safe and successful 2021 football campaign, and we're excited about the season, and go Dogs.